Alright, recording on the logo with Ken.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will listen to Bloodfest, the podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Bloodfest, the podcast. I'm Nate, and tonight I'm going to do a little song, do a little dance, then I'll show you what's in my pants. I'm joined tonight, as always, by my good friend Joey. Joey, how are you?
Oh, I am doing peachy. Doing wonderful.
Doing wonderful. And I'm also joined by Josh. Josh, what's going on in your world?
I'm doing orangey, and I'm doing swell.
And also, we're joined by this weird guy. What was his name again? Casey. Casey, how's it going?
Good. Happy to be here as usual. Looking forward to this pod because we're going to be talking about something I really enjoy.
Yeah, so we're...
Porn.
Yeah.
Yes, actually,
Some
we're
of
going to
that.
talk about a little porn. So last week, for those of you who tuned in, we made a pretty major mistake. We let Joey pick a movie for us to discuss, and we got, well, to quote Betty White in Community, we got what the Maku Maku called dirt roaded. It basically broke the entire podcast. So this week, instead of just talking about a movie, to get over it, we're going to do a little thing we like to call the best of the boutiques. We're going to talk about all of the boutique labels we love. We're going to talk about our favorite things we picked up in this last year from those various boutique labels. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up in the new year. So you guys excited to talk about some of your favorite labels, some of the places that take all of your money?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, not when you word it like that.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about the reason I'm broke.
Look, food is overrated. It's overrated. So listen.
Well, I eat some of these slipcovers.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so the slipcovers are a thing. People get all excited about the slipcovers. And I'm going to tell you the truth. If I can, I always get the version with the slipcover. But then I throw it away immediately. I just chuck that thing in the trash. I normally rip them in half. And I just keep the movies. And sometimes I don't even keep
you
the
make
movies.
them worth something.
Sometimes I don't even keep the movies. I just keep the case, and I just throw the discs away. So...
Well, yeah, because streaming is forever.
Yeah, streaming's forever. It's definitely. I think this whole physical media thing's overrated.
I must be on the wrong podcast. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about a few things, and I figured we'd just kind of somebody bring up one of the boutiques, and we talk about what we have to talk about from that boutique. And I want to jump right in because I want to talk about Utopia, their Vinegar Syndrome partner label, and I only brought one movie from them to talk about, but I brought 2 copies of it. It was my favorite movie from last year. We're all going to the World's Fair. And this, by the way, is one of my favorite slipcovers. I don't know how well it will actually show up there. You can see it's got a beautiful picture on the back. The case itself has what you've probably seen if you've looked at the poster for this. And I picked this up like immediately when it was available through the Vinegar Syndrome site. And then just recently, I picked up the same movie on VHS. In a beautiful clamshell limited edition. This is the first thing I've purchased on VHS in years and years and years. In fact, I don't even have my VCR hooked up. I'm going to have to dig it out to watch this. Now, I know that at least 2 of you guys are big fans of this movie as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think
it was my top 2.
Yeah, and I think I'm not the only one who bought a VHS, right, Josh? You picked up a VHS of it too?
You could see me on the camera digging it out of the box. I got the regular one. It's not quite as cool as the clamshell.
I think they're both cool. Do you have the?
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we go. You can see that it's blue. Mine's not blue. I feel like I got fucked on that.
Yeah, and yours is still available. Mine was available for as long as it took to put them on the site.
Yeah, I know. I missed it, man. I was like, oh, it's there. I'm gonna jump on in a minute and get it, and it was gone. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've got from Utopia. Anyone else have anything they're excited about from Utopia?
Casey, you got anything? Because I got a couple.
Besides that, I don't think I have anything else. I'll have to look at my list here.
I got it too.
Yeah, God, I love that movie.
This one I haven't seen yet, but minor premise.
Oh yeah. I've been
I
thinking
got-
about picking that up.
I got it. Just haven't watched it yet, but I've heard some really good things about it. This one, Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. It's basically just a day in the life of a bar,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was really cool for me to like drink and vicariously through these people because they were just insane. It just kind of made me kind of miss it, but I don't need to do half things those people did in that movie.
I follow the R Kansas City subreddit, and the one of the things today was, hey, can someone tell me if there are any sad bars in Kansas City? Because I really need to go to a sad bar. And people are just left and right. Oh, let me tell you about the Carriage House. That's a place that'll make you blow your brains out. I'm like, oh, I miss those days. Old sad bastard bars, drinking with guys at noon.
Yeah, I never had that experience.
I do have one more Utopia release. I don't have it with me, but I got it in my last order. That's Shiva Baby Shiva. I don't know how to pronounce it. Shiva.
Shiva.
And I think I mentioned that last time. That's a really fun comedy.
That's good. Yeah, it's a good movie. That's a good movie.
I've been excited about that one. I haven't seen it yet.
So,
yeah, it's really good.
So I know, like, everybody knows Arrow, right? Like, Arrow's one of the big boys out there. So I believe I only brought one thing from Arrow. It was one of my favorite Arrow releases this year, and actually it's from Arrow UK. I couldn't get in the US. Don't Go in the House, which I actually love this one because there is a U.S. release, but God, it does not have this artwork. This artwork is so beautiful, and this is such a beautiful little video nasty. It's a mean-spirited film, and I love everything about it.
Severin put out a release of that in the U.S., but I think the Arrow one, I can't remember what it is, but I think it has something extra that the Severin one did.
It's got,
maybe it was uncut or something.
Yes, this is the uncut version. Yes, yes.
I think Severin actually has some stuff cut out of it.
Yeah, you guys are all fans of this movie, right? Joey, you've seen this.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, and you've watched it?
No.
He burns people alive.
It's a fun one.
All right, so Arrow. Anything cool, guys? Anything cool from Arrow?
I did bring some stuff from Arrow. So I've got this Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Love this. It's got a hard slipcover. And it's a 4K release. Kind of hard to get out of there, but yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen this, it's basically like about a bunch of school kids brought to this island, and then they're told they're going to have to kill each other, and whoever's the last one to survive gets to leave the island.
And it predates the Hunger Games by quite a number of years. Yeah. And it is wonderful. Big fan of that movie. Have you seen the big special box set of it that's got the sequels?
Yeah, I did.
I've actually thought about getting that.
I've heard the sequel because I just had one sequel, right? I think. I think there's just
maybe it's just.
I only know of one, but
yeah, I think there's just two of them in there, and I've heard it's kind of crap, so that's why I opted just to get the other one.
I think it's good. It's just because compared to the original, there's no way you could touch it. So in comparison, it sucks. But its own, it was good.
Yeah. This one, I believe this was a video nasty. I can't remember.
Yes,
Island of Death. But yeah, this one it's really good, but there's some horrible stuff in this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like rape and just it's really good though. I mean, I can't remember all the details about it. I just know I've seen it a couple times and really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite Arrow titles. This one I think everybody knows, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I had to buy this one on eBay because this one had been out of print for a long time. So I know some other people put it out. Like you can buy like a steelbook of this from some other MGM, I think, for like $5.
Yeah, I've got the cheapy edition of it. Yeah, I'm really jealous though because I do want the Arrow.
Yeah. But they're gonna at some point. There's probably gonna be a 4K.
Yeah.
So
Because there's a lot of interest in it right now. There's a TV show coming and a video game.
A game. Yep. Yeah. This one's a little more obscure, I think. The Baby. This one's a weird one. It's basically about this crazy mom who treats her old son. He's like mid-30s or maybe about 40. I can't remember how old he is, but he's an old dude, and he basically is treated like a baby, and he just like sits in a crib and makes goo goo gaga baby noises, and they get spankings and all this stuff, and the ending is just. Have you guys seen this?
No.
It sounds freaking weird, but it's really good.
Here's the deal. I keep seeing that, and occasionally on the internet, I am reminded that there is a kink called diaper lovers or something like that.
Yes,
and that creeps me out. And then I see that movie, and I'm like, that's what that's about, isn't it? And
pretty much, it's creepy, and like there's a sister in it, and she treats him like a baby, and pushes him around and stuff. I think the ending's worth it though, for sure. And then here's the steelbook of A Werewolf in London, American Werewolf in London.
Nice.
My favorite werewolf movie. This is, I can't remember if this was the 4K or not. I know I've got a 4K of it. I think I actually have 2 copies. I think I have this and then also a 4K release. I believe this is just the Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've got that one.
Yeah. That's all I brought with me from Arrow. I've got a bunch of other Arrow releases, but they're probably. I've got a list here too of my favorite labels. They came in as number 4 on my list.
So hold on, what's your favorite labels? Give us.
So my favorite would be Vinegar Syndrome, and not because of the quality of films they put out, because they definitely put out a bunch of crap, but they got some real winners too. Which we'll talk more about them, because I think you guys got some to show too. But they're my number 1, and then Severin's my number 2. They put out a lot of like Spanish films and sleaze, Italian sleaze, a lot of Jess Franco stuff that I really like. And then number 3, I would say Synapse. Yeah. They don't put out a lot of movies, but the movies they do put out are fantastic. They put out some really nice steelbooks. And then I had Arrow as my number 4. And then number 5, I had Scream Factory. They put out, I think everybody knows who Scream Factory is. They put out a ton of different things. They pump them out probably more than the other labels, really. And then, sorry about my dog going nuts.
That's okay. We got a cat going nuts here. So
yeah, but that's my top 5. If anybody has anything else to
you guys
talk about from Arrow.
Yeah, I got some Arrow.
What you got?
Only the best Japanese movie I think I've probably ever seen.
Miike.
It's just it's a slow burn. If you guys haven't, I know you guys have seen it, but like the 4 people that are listening, if they haven't seen it, it's a slow burn. It doesn't do a whole lot, and then it does a lot.
Okay, so,
I don't want to ruin it.
No, okay. So I'm just gonna say dog dish.
That's okay.
That's not what gets me. What gets me is her staring at that phone, and I just feel like she's been staring at that phone for days. Like she hasn't moved for days, staring at that phone. That movie creeps me the fuck out. And of course, the last 20 minutes is what you expect from Takashi Miike. It is fucking full on batshit. I mean, it's not the lady giving birth to a full-grown man in a bathtub from Gozu, but it's full on batshit.
Definitely from the same pocket.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't real excited about this one, but they usually have sales at Arrow for like half off.
Yeah.
And so I got this. I watched the Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
So freaking weird. It's basically like a 90-minute industrial rock video. But
it's too weird for me. I started watching that. I think it was on the Arrow channel, and I couldn't do it.
I don't think it's weird enough.
I haven't gotten any further. I know there's a part 2, and then all the other stuff that he did. It looks like there's going to be some really good stuff in there, and I just haven't got any further.
You have got to be in the right mind space. Honestly, it's just if you're not ready for it, it's just you can't do it.
And they just legalized marijuana, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. You have to February. February is when the dispensaries will open.
And then it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, then it's perfect. Yeah.
I got 2 left. This one is another one of those ones that was on sale. The Scorpion Female Prisoner.
Oh yeah.
It's a Japanese one. It came with 4 movies in it, and it's just I've watched 3 of them, and they're fantastic. I mean, they're just cheesy old, borderline porn, prison movies.
Yeah. Women in prison.
What is that called?
Female Prisoner Scorpion, the complete collection. There's a female prisoner, 701, and then Jailhouse 41, Beast Stable, and 701's Grudge Song.
Nice. Well,
And
it
then
sounds like
it's-
that's something I would be interested in.
That's,
So I
that's
mean,
Oh,
been
yeah.
on my list for a bit, but I keep not getting it. Yeah.
When I got it, it was like $35, and normally
Yeah,
it's
that's a
like
good deal.
80.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good deal.
oh wow, shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fantastic.
That's like
and
one
it's-
movie from Scratch Factory.
Yeah,
Exactly.
getting there. Or
And then you
Vinegar
have to,
Syndrome.
engage the post office 3 or 4 times just to get it back right.
Yeah. Jeez.
And then, of course, this one, which we'll talk about in the future, the
Ah,
stylist,
the
which I
stylist.
think we all have.
Yes.
So,
Actually, I don't have it. I've
You
seen
don't?
it,
damn it,
Really?
but I
Casey.
don't have it. No,
You got to get it.
I don't own it. But
There's a
But
nice
it's-
special
I
edition.
got the poster behind me. It came with it. And then it's got all sorts of special features and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I love
yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie too, and that's gonna be awesome. We are coming up soon. We're gonna have both the star and the writer and director of The Stylist on the show. So that's big stuff. Big stuff.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys want to talk about Scratch Factory, or do you want to hold off a minute and talk about Error 444?
I don't care. We can talk about Error 444.
Let's talk about Error 444.
Right?
So they are brand damn new. And I honestly normally am a little like, oh, let's wait when a new company comes out. But right off the bat, they released 2 Hong Kong Category 3 films that I've heard about for years, but never been able to find because they're just impossible to get. So I picked them both up. I got Centipede Horror, which is beautiful, beautiful art on this bad boy. And then Red Spell spells red. And I think Casey got both of these too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I haven't seen him yet, but yeah, it looks
And I was
fantastic.
impressed. So these are beautiful, beautiful side-loading, kind of thick slip cases. The discs in there, and then it came with. Let's see if I can get these up here. So these posters, and these are not like cheapy posters. These are like thick, heavy-duty, double-sided posters for both movies. You can't really see here, but they are
Oh, that's
beautiful.
awesome.
And then I saw that it said it came with like some art cards and stuff, but I did not expect this. I mean, so I've got stickers and I've got little cards and I've got more crazy stickers, and then these. Oh, see how creepy that is. And then there are bigger art cards, like the like lobby card style. There's a whole stack of those, and then there are nice thick booklets for the movies with lots of. Let's turn these around here. Lots of content. I mean, they went all out on the packaging and presentation and extras on these. And so I'm going to tell you the truth. I just got these. I haven't gotten to watch either of them yet. These might be terrible movies. I don't know. But I'm still going to be glad I bought them just because of the beautiful presentation of these.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything really bad about him. From what I can tell, the Centipede Horror seems to be the more popular one.
Well, and so Red Spell Spells Red actually has 2 versions of the film on it. So there's one version with all of the actual animal violence removed. So it's about 4 minutes shorter. So it's a cannibal holocaust kind of thing where there was some actual animal violence filmed. So I will probably be watching that shorter version just because I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to animal violence. You can do whatever you want to a human, but I can't see it.
Exactly.
Don't want to see a dog get hurt. So anyone else have anything from Error 444? No. Okay, so I want to say that Scream Factory, a subsidiary of Shout Factory, pisses me off constantly. First of all, their QA, their quality assurance is terrible. Stuff comes damaged constantly. They often have to replace discs on brand new releases because there are problems they didn't catch before they shipped them out. They overcharge, in my opinion. They charge too much for shipping. Now there's an added thing. You want to make sure we get it shipped to you in one piece, pay extra on top of the shipping to ensure it. If you want all the good stuff, you always end up having to get goddamn pin sets. That who the hell wants those pin sets that they charge like $60 for some reason? And yet I keep sending them money because of stuff like this. This John Carpenter's The Fog set that I picked up, which it came with a poster, which I did not bring, and I haven't taken out of the tube. And there's also an Adrienne Barbeau action figure, but that won't come until sometime this month, I think. But it came with this beautiful 45.
Nice. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the
Oh, that kicks ass.
on it. Yeah. Oh, that's a big part. That and the action figure were the reason I didn't just buy the movie. The reason I went for one of the packages on it.
Yeah, I bought the Steelbook version of that. I may have gone for the package, but the one problem with Shout or Scream Factory too is that a lot of times they'll release multiple new releases together. So, I want all of them, but I don't want to pay the $150 or whatever for each one of them.
So I got the Steelbook too, which it has beautiful original art. It's one of my favorite Steelbooks recently. It's obviously 4K and Blu-ray. And despite, Scream Factory, I absolutely love it. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to get my Adrienne Barbeau action figure because I've been in love with Adrienne Barbeau since I was a little kid. And plus this movie's got Jamie Lee Curtis, it's got Tom Atkins, it's got everything you need. Yeah. Does anybody else have anything exciting from Scream Factory or Shout Factory or Shout Select?
I did get the Steelbook for Army of Darkness.
Yeah, got that one too.
Because I just had to. And I got the poster, which I think we're going to hang up somewhere around here. I don't know. But yeah, it's so goddamn amazing. It does have a scratch on it, but I don't give a shit. I'm not going to worry with the mail, and it's not enough to where I care. I can watch it. So that Steelbook, I picked that one up too. I love that original art on that, and it's so much that art's
nicer
fantastic
than the regular, the non-steel one.
Yeah, I didn't bring any Scream Factory in here to show off, but I think my favorite, one of my favorite releases from them is probably the Friday the 13th collection.
Yeah,
that was my first Scream Factory purchase. That was back when I first started collecting. So I've only been collecting since 2020. And I think that was my first purchase of theirs. And then also I really like all the Halloweens that they put out. They put out 1 through 5 separately, and then 6, 7, 8 as their own box set.
Yeah. So I had the first 5, but I still have not talked myself into the box set because it's
going to be hard to.
I really only like H2O out of those 3.
Yeah, it's a little pricey for what it is for sure. I mean, like you said, all their stuff is pricey, especially if you order it directly from them. That's why usually I order my stuff from Diabolic DVD.
Yeah, same.
It's usually a little bit cheaper there. You don't get the posters though, but the price is a little cheaper.
I don't really know where I'm going to put. I've got so many posters, I don't even take them out of the tubes.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a ton, honestly. I think I have I have the 3 Child's Play. So yeah, they put out the first 3 Child's Play movies in 4K, and then I bought the ones with posters and the Chucky figure, which I don't have nearby. But
I'm kind of jealous I didn't get that Chucky figure. I bought with the posters and the extra slips, but I did not get the one with the figurine.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, they do have a lot of issues. They have a lot of reissues of discs, and like one of my Child's Play discs were scratched, so I had to contact them and get a replacement. I know there was at least 2 or 3 other ones that I had to do the same for. You got to check your Scratch Factory disc because a lot of times they do have scratches on them.
Yeah.
I remember when I ordered the Humanoids from the Deep. The Humanoids from the Deep Steelbook had been out of print for a long time, and they posted on Facebook that they'd found a few more. So I went ahead and ordered it real quick, and the one I got was just ding the hell because they shipped it in a freaking envelope.
Yeah.
So I had to reach out to them, and they did send me a new just a replacement steelbook in a box, and it was perfect, thank God. So, but yeah, they do have a lot of problems, so they're not my favorite.
Yeah. And it's just Diabolic does such a good job packaging stuff. I've never had anything damaged from them.
Yeah, Diabolic is it's my favorite place to order from. Unless I'm ordering Vinegar Syndrome, then obviously I'm just going to order from there. Or like Dark Force or something.
Yeah.
I'll usually order from Dark Force, but yeah, for pretty much anything else other than Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, or Dark Force, it's Diabolic. I would say Best Buy and Amazon are my last choices because you're gonna they both of those places like to ship stuff in envelopes, and most of the time you get screwed up slip covers or dented steel books or whatever.
I get non-boutique stuff from Amazon quite a bit, but stuff that's not quite as big a deal.
Yeah, I mean I do too, but generally if the slip cover is a little damaged on those, I don't really care that much. But if I'm paying a premium price for some special Vinegar Syndrome release or something, and it comes damaged, then they're really good about replacing that stuff too. I haven't had many issues like that with Vinegar Syndrome because they do ship really well too, just like Diabolic. And same with Diabolic, I don't think I've had anything come from them damaged. But
so we want to talk about Mondo Macabro. Anybody have anything from Mondo?
I don't have anything with me, but I do have.
I do want to advertise something.
What you got?
Well, first off, I got Hotel Fear, which I haven't seen yet.
Yep.
But I'll have a review for that shortly. This.
I can't
see
the
it
fan. A lot of...
The fan.
Their
fan.
Yeah. It's. Yeah, I saw a 1-minute trailer of it, and Casey told me it was nuts, and that was enough for me. So yeah, it's kind of a hard watch.
Is that
about halfway through,
print?
but
it's some print.
There is a red edition,
Yeah.
But this is the blue one.
Well,
So
okay.
the red one is out of print and a lot of money, and this one was cheap. So that's most of my selections are budget priced. But it was fantastic, and that's really all I got from Mondo was those two.
So I was really because I knew I wanted to show off something from Mondo, and I had a hard time picking which one, but I landed on the Horrible Sexy Vampire, or
I love that release.
Horrible Sexy Vampire, which I absolutely love that they replicate the misprint from the poster on the back of this slip, and the slip looks fine. It's a fine slip, but the actual case artwork is so wonderful. I love this movie.
Better than the slip, I think.
Yeah, it really is. I love this movie, and I got the red box. I was very happy about that. It's lovely Euro trash, but the title is so misleading. The vampire may be horrible, but he's not sexy at all.
No, definitely not.
And really, vampire is not exactly the right word. More invisible strangler.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of stranglings, not so much blood sucking. But it's such. If you like European sleaze, if you like the weird European horror movies, this one is it's top shelf. I absolutely love it. And here's the deal with Mondo. I'm not exactly sure how they do this, because every time they offer new releases, I look and I go, oh my god, a box set of Bollywood horror movies? Of Bollywood horror movies that have been long out of print and that even people in India have never heard of? Oh my god, take my money. And my wife's going, you like Bollywood horror? And I'm saying, I didn't know there was Bollywood horror until this very day. But I have to have it now. I mean, they do that to me all the time. I got In the Folds of the Flesh. They announced that, and I went, I have to have that movie. That's the movie I've always needed. I should look up what it's about.
Yeah, they put together really good trailers, and they do put out a lot of sleazy stuff. Like the Horrible Sexy Vampire, that was my first red case collector's edition that I bought. My first one that I ever bought from them was Who Can Kill a Child.
Yeah, I have that.
And that's probably still my favorite. I really love that movie.
That movie is hard. There's a hard movie. I love it.
Yeah, it is a hard one to watch, and they did remake that too. There's a more recent one. it's pretty much a frame by frame.
Is
remake.
it? See, I
It's
never
good.
watched it, but
It is.
is it okay? I might have to look it
It's-
up.
It is really good. And then and I blind buy a lot of stuff from them because I really haven't seen a lot of the stuff they put out. But like The Laughing Woman, that was another one I blind bought, and I really love that one. Very good movie.
Don't Deliver Us from Evil. I had not seen
Yeah,
that before I picked it up. I like that a lot. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it was good. And then my other favorite from them is It's Nothing, Mama, Just a Game.
Oh, I love that with David Hemmings.
Very sleazy. Yeah.
Oh, David Hemmings is so good in that. Honestly, it's not my favorite role of his. Deep Red is my favorite role of his, but it's way up there. It's way up there.
Yeah, and I don't remember who the female lead was, but she was
Don't
beautiful.
remember the actress. Yeah, she is lovely, and I loved. Well, I won't give it away because anyone who hasn't seen it, you should see that film. It's not just Euro sleaze. It has a plot, and it goes somewhere good.
Yeah, and Mondo Macabro. I mean, one thing I don't like about them is their cases feel a little cheap. Have you? I don't know if you've noticed that, but they're like thinner or something. Mm-hmm. They're like they're just thinner. But that I think one guy runs that. I can't remember his name. Jeremy, maybe. I see him post on like the Bluray.com forums and stuff. But yeah, I think it's ran by one dude.
So I think Dark Force is just one guy, right?
I think maybe he has a helper who helps him ship or something, but yeah, it's just one guy pretty much that runs the show there too.
Well, we should do that. We should start our own company.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
that's
four
pretty
of
impressive,
us.
really.
There's four of us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they do it, especially like you were saying, they're getting that obscure shit. Yeah. Like if one dude is doing that, like I don't know how.
Yeah, you know how hard it must be to track down the rights on some of this stuff,
right?
I mean, the companies that originally released them don't even exist in some cases.
Yeah.
Mondo. So, Joey, do you have any Mondo Macabro releases you want to talk about?
I don't think I own any Mondo releases.
Okay.
Not that I know.
You can't say the second word.
Okay. What do we want to talk about next?
I don't know. What do you guys got? I've got. Here's one we haven't talked about. I've got. Synapse.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't bring anything from Synapse, but boy, I do love their stuff.
So Synapse was another one of the first ones I started buying from. After I bought my first boutique pickup was the Second Sight Dawn of the Dead collection. Yeah. That was my first one. I was like, so then I think I took to Reddit and I found out there's all these other boutique labels out there, and Synapse was one of the first ones I ran across. And this one was my first purchase. I guess I can't show the back really. But the Massacre at Central High Steelbook. And then on the back, it's got some nice artwork there.
Now that's actually a movie I do own, and I've seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's the first movie we've mentioned that Joey's ever heard of.
It's got Rainbow Smith in it, and I don't know why I can't remember this dude's name from Revenge of the Nerds. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But for some reason I can't remember his name. But then there's some other people I recognize in there. But man, this movie is really good. It's like a slasher movie at a high school, pretty much. And then this one was my second purchase. I think y'all know Suspiria.
Yeah, have that same
4K.
edition.
Yeah.
I bet Josh is going to pick up his. Yep.
Yeah.
Joey, do you have that edition of Suspiria?
I don't think Joey would like.
That's a great movie.
Do you like? Is it? Have you actually seen it?
No.
Jeez.
It's Dario Argento.
Yeah, he doesn't like that stuff. This is a steelbook of The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue.
I love that movie. I have I have a Synapse edition, but God, I wish I had that steelbook.
Yeah, I should take this. I don't know. Maybe kind of. If I remember right, this is kind of hard to get out of the. Oh no, actually, the plastic thing. Here's what it looks like. The actual steelbook. But yeah, it's beautiful. This is probably my favorite steelbook. Yeah, I just love this one. And then let me see if I can get this back in real quick. All right, and then I think this was the next one I picked up. Phenomena.
Yeah.
Love this Argento.
Also known as Creepers.
Yeah, known as Creepers. And I think, this has both versions on
Yeah.
it. So you can watch the Creepers version. I can't remember if that's the U.S. version.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
the other one's Italian.
Creepers is the U.S., yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
That movie is so much fun. Donald Pleasance is wonderful in that.
Yeah, he is. And then Tombs of the Blind Dead, another one of my favorites. I can't remember where I first watched this, but then I found out there was 4 other ones.
Yeah, Night of the Seagulls, and I can't remember.
Yeah, Revenge of the Blind Dead, The Ghost Galleon.
Yeah.
I think that was all of them, actually. I think there was 4. But I found a DVD set that I don't have with me. I should have brought, but it's in the shape of a coffin, and it's got all the DVDs in it. I actually bought that first before Synapse released this 4K. It's actually a 4K steelbook. But I'm hoping that at some point they bring out the rest of them, at least on Blu-ray. I know you can get Night of the Seagulls on Blu-ray. I think Blue Underground maybe put that one out, which I don't have. I kind of figured I'll just wait and see what happens. If eventually somebody puts out a new updated box set or something. But that's it. That's all I got with me from Synapse.
Josh?
I
know Josh has got some.
Pretty sure Casey has this one as well, but
yeah,
or maybe you got the Arrow one. I don't know, but
I got that.
That's the same edition I have of Tenebrae too.
It's just I don't know, just a better cover for me.
I love that art. Yeah.
What I really love about these, and also the Arrow ones, just to touch back on that a minute, because most of my Dario Argentos are Arrow, but this one and Suspiria are really good packages. But yeah, those are two really the only Synapse ones I have. But I had to get those because Arrow doesn't make the other ones.
Yeah, I know. And you have to have all of the Argento movies eventually.
Yeah, I mean that's non-negotiable.
Yeah. I mean, so speaking of Argento, so I actually, weirdly enough, even though they're my favorite or second favorite distributor, I only brought one thing from Severin with me, and it's brand new Argento's Four Flies on Grey Velvet, which this movie is one of Argento's giallos, and it has been impossible to get for a long time. There was an edition, I can't remember what the company was that put it out.
Massacre Video?
Maybe was that it? It had actually had issues with the soundtrack, and it.
It wasn't Massacre Video. I can't remember. I don't think I actually own anything from them.
Yeah, but it's this. They put this out, and it was the craziest thing because it was only available online for a weekend, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to get it then, or that's it. It's gone. So I didn't even care what it cost. It could have been anything. And I have watched it now, and I absolutely love it. It's not one of my top 5 Argentos, but it's in the top 10, I think. It's lovely. So Severin is a big one, and I actually toyed with bringing my All the Haunts BR's box along with me tonight, but I decided not to just because I had so much stuff I was carrying.
This thing right here?
That's that bad boy. Oh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this is my... I don't know. It's a toss-up between this one and this other one I'll show you. But All the Haunts BRs, it's a folk horror set, as you're well aware. But I can't remember how many films are in here. It's got 20 films, 12 Blu-rays, 3 audio discs, over 15 plus hours of special features. I've watched at least half of these and have enjoyed most of what I've seen. There's some really weird stuff in there. I'm not sure what I thought about, Penda's Finn was one of them, and Robin Redbreast. Those are kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, there's some really good stuff in here. But yeah, Severin is known for, besides their sleaze and Jess Franco stuff, they do put out some really good box sets. This one,
beautiful, high quality stuff.
This one is my pride and joy because this one was long out of print. It's got, as you can see on the front, 32 full-length movies from Al Adamson. It's got a documentary on it that I watched. It talks about his life, and he ended up getting murdered. So it actually talks all about that.
Right?
Yeah. It was some dude that like stayed with them in a guest house. But yeah, I won't ruin it because it's definitely worth a watch. And I have watched most of these. Here's the back showing all the different films. So yeah, I've seen probably 90% of them so far. And you know, they're definitely lower budget stuff. You know, just sleaze and just old grindhousey type stuff. But it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it comes with a really thick book as well. But yeah, what was awesome about this was it had been long out of print. I think maybe about a year. And I saw somebody post on Reddit saying that they reached out to Severin via email and they still had some for sale and they sent them a special link to buy it. So I was like, I'll try that. And sure enough, I emailed them and they sent me a link. So I bought it for, the retail price, which I think it was like around 150-ish, something like that. But at that point they were already selling for 300 plus on eBay and Facebook and stuff, and still are. I mean, I've seen them for as high as 500.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really happy I got that one. And then I've got a little stack here. Burial Ground is one of my favorites.
See, I keep meaning to get that one. So I've never seen it. There was just something about that cover art that I love.
Yeah, well, there's a 4K coming out from, I can't remember who, 88 Films maybe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's a 4K coming soon, so you might hold off on that. This one was.
I love that.
So yeah. So
hey,
this,
stop stabbing me.
Yeah, I'm not big on SOV stuff or just this was like a high school project, pretty much. But man, it was freaking hilarious. And I didn't buy it for this. It came with something else I bought as a package.
Oh, see, I bought that the minute I saw it. I went, that's for me.
Man, it was hilarious.
The main character is just so unaware of anything. I love it.
Right, yeah. That's what made it funny. And then but yeah, there's like a scene where like his girlfriend's sitting there obviously like fooling around with his friend and he just like doesn't notice somehow. And then there was an awesome extra feature on there of like a reunion. So they all got together. I think it was virtual, and they just talked about the movie and everything. So that was really cool. And then House on the Edge of the Park.
Yes, I have that one. Love that.
Awesome movie.
We just lost Ruggiero Deodato.
Just
a few days ago. House on the Edge of the Park, of course, he's best known for Cannibal Holocaust. He had a long and amazing career and honestly inspired everyone. And I think it's important that we mention that he's gone. So
yeah, good call there. This one was a blind buy, Massacre at Dinosaur Valley. It's one of my favorite Severin releases. I don't remember the exact plot, but it says it's like a weird cross between Romancing the Stone and Cannibal Pharaoh. If you're looking for sleazy fun, this is for you. So,
no, that sounds hot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
That's a great description.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a lot like Cannibal Holocaust or something, but it's not like a documentary style. It's like a movie, like in a movie. What's
the title again?
Massacre. I didn't realize there was boobies on the front of there, but Massacre in Dinosaur Valley.
Is that still available?
Yeah, this is. I think so. Yeah, I think you can get it with the slip even. But yeah, I would say it's one of my favorites for sure. It's probably my favorite.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Blind buy.
I'm trying to buy a movie.
And I know you know. I'll probably. It's I don't even know how to say this.
Anthropophagus.
There you go. But yeah, there's these this young group of people go to this island and they basically run into this like flesh eating dude who. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it's incredibly gory. There's a scene involving like eating a baby straight from the chick's womb. Yeah, it's nasty. So, I think that's one of the video nasties too.
It is. So actually, there was a good bit. So Joe Bob Briggs showed it on his show on Shudder, and he was saying that it was one of the first movies he got sent to review when he started doing drive-in reviews, and he hated it. And then years later, he saw it and loved it because that release in the U.S., they'd cut out all the best bits.
Oh, yeah.
So when he actually saw it uncut, he's like, this is an awesome damn movie.
Yep. This one was my first, one of my first blind buys from Severin as well. Blood on Satan's Claw.
That's a good movie.
One of the first folk horrors I've seen some folk horrors like Wicker Man and some of the other well-known ones, but this was kind of one of my first dives into it further before I got that folk horror set. But yeah, this is an excellent film.
Yeah. That's a beautiful slipcover too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And I don't know if you can get this. Well, actually, I think they sold out of it supposedly, and I think somehow they ran across some more copies since then, here and there.
I have
and then
Blood
my
for
final
Dracula.
one, yeah, Blood for Dracula. But yeah, this has got the Udo Kier in it.
He
really
just needs
weird.
blood from Weirgens, just Weirgens. So
Yeah, it's
I showed
a trip.
years ago when I picked that up on DVD years ago when Criterion released it and Flesh for Frankenstein, and I picked them up, and I had seen Blood for Dracula before, but I decided to show it to Sarah, and she's like, okay, vampire movies. She's not into like the real extreme stuff, but like a vampire movie, and I told her it's funny too. When he has sucked the blood from the one girl and then finds out she's not a virgin and he starts vomiting blood and it's just like gallons of blood, Sarah almost fell over laughing. She's like, this is the best movie that's ever been made.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking hilarious. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I hadn't seen it either. It was one of my blind buys.
It and Flesh for Frankenstein, both of Morrissey's films that he made for Andy Warhol, are both outstanding. Yeah. See, I don't have that set. That one I need. I don't have that one.
Yeah, this one's really nice. I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. They had a 3D version 3D, with it, which I haven't watched it in 3D, so it's got the 3D glasses in it, and then 2 different slips from Vinegar Syndrome. But yeah, that's a good one.
So, Josh, do you bring anything from Severin for the folks?
I have one, because I had a work thing whenever they were giving out like performance points, and they were like, lying to me, telling me I did a good job. So I went and spent them, and I got this little beaut, All the Colors of the Dark.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
There we go. But yeah, I bought it just because it has Susan Scott in it, and she's one of my favorites. She's also in Death Walks at Midnight. She's one of my favorite giallos. Classic guy with the leather glove, like they all do. Yeah. But this one is just trippy. It's just insane. And you think it's going one way, and then it goes another. It's another one of those ones to be really good on drugs.
Yeah. Well, hey, like next month, man. Yeah.
But I haven't really gotten into Severin yet, so they don't usually have sales that everybody else does.
No, they don't. They don't have great sales, but they.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say that really the only sales that they have are the halfway the Black Friday and the Black Friday sales, and they leave out so many things that their prices are a little crazy on some stuff. So.
I will go back eventually and probably get that four flies, or I'm messing it up. But the other Argento that you got, that's Severin, isn't it? Or
that's Severin.
It is. Yeah. And that one was crazy expensive. That was $55.
Yeah, not for me.
The only reason I bought it was because they said it's only available during that weekend. So I'm like, well, it's an Argento. I want it. I actually haven't seen it at all, and I was really pissed because the one I got. The 4K disc was mega scratched up. I mean, there was ring scratches all the way around the ring, multiple layers. But luckily, I reached out to them a couple times, and they did end up sending me replacements. So, but I definitely want to check that out. Maybe tonight I'll watch it.
Yeah, you should. I really enjoyed it. It's you know what? You're gonna if you like Argento's giallos, you're gonna like it. If you like Tenebrae, if you like Deep Red, you're gonna like it.
Cool.
Bird with the crystal plumage. So one of my favorite things I picked up this year, and it's from a second site, Dog Soldiers, which is a movie I've absolutely loved for years now. And I was so excited by this 4K set. Well, first of all, if you can see on the screen here, look at that art. That art is just lovely. But they put together a beautiful, beautiful 4K set So we've got more great art there. You've got the 4K and the Blu-ray. The book that came with it. So hold on here. So there are beautiful art cards, which I still have wrapped in their thing. I haven't taken those out. But the book is like no joke. It's like a full...
Wow, yeah.
It is a full-sized book with lots of great stuff in there. I was very excited by this. Second Sight puts out, if you haven't gotten any of their stuff, they put out just absolutely beautiful editions. They tend to be a little pricey. If you freak out about $50 for a movie, you might not want to look at some of the Second Sight editions that they put out. But for something like
I will not be pulling out any of those.
For something like this, it's well worth it.
Yeah, the only ones that I have are the Dawn of the Dead that I mentioned. That was the first one I bought. And it was, it was like $70-$80 or something, I think, when I bought it.
So I missed out on it. And so I had to get it aftermarket, and you got it cheap. So I'm just gonna say I spent.
And then
don't tell my wife what I paid.
And then the other one I have two other ones. I have the Witch or the Vitch, however you want to say it. It's the Witch.
I wish I had that one.
Amazing set. That was my second one, or no, actually that was my third one because the other one I bought when I didn't really know who. I didn't realize it was a Second Sight. It's Anna and the Apocalypse. And zombie musical, awesome movie.
I love that one. I just watched it the other day.
Did they do a big fancy box with it, or is it just?
That was just a regular release. Yeah. But yeah, and then they have one upcoming. They're going to be releasing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K.
Yeah, I've got it ordered already. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the one that you've got ordered is so there's two companies.
Right,
there's MPI Media Group or Dark Sky Pictures, I think. Mm-hmm. It's MPI. I think they're both working on it. And then Second Sight came out and said the other day that I think March-ish is when they're thinking about releasing it or at least showing it.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see which one I've got ordered. Hold on.
Yeah, you've probably got the Dark Sky one. It's Dark Sky Pictures, and that's the one that's on Amazon right now. And
okay, yes, I do have. Yes, you are right. That's the one I have ordered. So I will end up buying
getting both.
Yeah, I'll just end up getting both because I can't.
I thought about it. I mean, it is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so it's worth it. But I'm just gonna wait, and because I can always get the other one if it takes too long or something happens and they don't release it or whatever. But yeah, Second Sight's good stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I think I only have one item from Imprint.
Wow.
But I have the Wicker Man, which we talked a little bit about folk horror. Someone should horror.
Folk horror.
I love folk horror, and it goes back to my childhood, and it started with the Wicker Man. I love this movie more than I can say, and this box set is absolutely beautiful. It's very nice. So it opens at the top here, slides off, and as you can see, there are 3 pieces in here. So this has the theatrical and director's cuts of the film. This is the final cut of the film, and then this is the original soundtrack. And it has got, it is just packed with extras on here. So, I mean, I don't want to read through it, but all 3 discs of the movie are completely packed with extras. And then, of course, the soundtrack, which, if you're a fan of The Wicker Man, it has a beautiful soundtrack. It is absolutely lovely music. I love this, and I think this is the only thing I've ever bought from Imprint. But I love this artwork on it. Oh, I put that on backwards. I had the sun on the Wicker Man.
I don't have anything from Imprint. Well, maybe I do. Wait. Yeah, I recently got Lolita, the 1997 version.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And it's an Imprint.
Okay. I think Josh has something from Imprint.
Yep. Yeah. I was reaching back here. Basically the same speech that you were giving, but for the Warriors.
Oh, wow.
Look at that box.
This box is amazing. Mm-hmm. It kind of, same thing, opens up, same kind of, and it's got 2 discs in it. You got the regular version and the whatever he decided he was doing with the director's cut.
Doesn't that have like cartoon stuff in it?
Yeah,
Okay.
when the scene changes, it's like cartoons, and some people love it. I don't care for it. I don't need it. But on both discs, there are tons of special features. There's new interviews with like James Remar and I can't remember his name, but the guy that's one of the rogues, he's in it. David Patrick Kelly, I think is his name.
Okay.
And bunch of different interviews with a bunch of different people, and like clips of like them at Comic Cons and stuff like that. It's just hours of fun, and yeah, I could watch this movie almost every day. So
can you dig it?
Will you guys believe I have not seen The Warriors?
You've never seen The Warriors? Oh,
No, I have no idea what it's even about.
Street gangs. So all the gangs in New York all called together for a big conference because they're going to try to bring peace among the gangs, and the leader who's trying to bring them all together gets assassinated, and everyone thinks the Warriors were behind it. So all of the gangs are hunting the Warriors, and they're trying to get back home to Coney Island. And
yeah, it's a very fairly simple plot.
This movie's idea of what street gangs are is hilarious and wonderful. There's a gang called the Baseball Furies, and they dress in baseball uniforms and carry bats and have their faces painted. You've seen somebody clinking beer bottles together on their fingers, come out and play. You've seen that, right?
Oh yeah.
They copy that in all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I was trying to think.
I think Snoop Dogg does that in a music video.
Okay,
I haven't watched a lot of movies like that, but I know there's I guess The Outsiders is kind of a gang movie.
You want to hear a little piece of Warriors trivia that will not be of interest to our listeners, but will be of interest to the four of us?
Absolutely.
So we all worked for the same company at one time, and that company was founded by a man named Gene Bicknell, and he's in the Warriors.
Really?
He's one of the
think
baseball
you
furies.
told me that.
He's one of the baseball furies. Yep.
Huh.
He doesn't have
Crazy.
a line or anything. He's just there in them. He's one of them, yeah.
I feel like I need to watch it again. Does
Yeah.
he get his ass kicked?
I don't know, so I haven't gone back and watched it again to look for him since I learned that. I need to watch it again, though. I need to get that box
Trick
set.
question, they all get their ass kicked.
Yeah, evidently I haven't watched a lot of gang movies because I'm looking through lists of best gang movies, and I haven't seen most of these.
What's on there?
I don't usually give a shit.
Gangs of New York.
That's a great movie.
I have seen Class of 1984 multiple
Okay,
times. That's a good
movie.
Bad Boys, Green Street Hooligans, Colors, Blood In, Blood
Colors
Out,
don't die, they multiply.
The Wire. I've seen
The
Boys in
Wire's
the
a great
Hood.
TV show. Boys in the Hood's a great movie.
The Wanderers, American Me, Chopper, American History X. That's a freaking awesome movie. Love that. New Jack City.
New Jack City is a great movie.
Rumblefish.
Rumblefish is a good movie. That's a Coppola.
I haven't seen any of it.
So you know The Outsiders.
Yeah, I've seen
The
that multiple
Outsiders was
times.
written by a woman from Oklahoma City named S.E. Hinton. Actually, she was 16 when she wrote The Outsiders. But Rumblefish is another book she wrote, and she wrote one called That Was Then, This Is Now.
Cool.
See,
I mean, I'm sure they, if I sat down and watched them, I'm sure I'd probably like most of them. But it's not something I generally go to when I'm sitting down to watch a movie.
Yeah. But The Warriors is fun. It's cartoony. Did you guys ever play the? Well, Casey probably didn't because he doesn't even know what it's about. Did you ever play the Warriors video game? It was
Yeah,
put out
I have
by,
it for PlayStation
Rockstar.
2.
Yeah.
I played it for hours,
Yeah.
which was horrible because I had a 3-year-old and a baby at the time, so I could only play it while they were napping because they curse all over the game, like they should, but I couldn't play it around
The
them.
lock picking was the thing I just could not master. It was so
Nope.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess hot wiring the cars. I guess it was hot wiring the cars. Yeah. But anyway. Okay. All right. So that was Imprint. So let's talk about one of those tiny, small operations that does something I really love. So Dark Force Superstore. They put out these beautiful, call them drive-in double features. You get 2 movies in a pretty shitty transfer, really, but they're just like they would be at the drive-in. They do the drive-in mode where it's got the let's go get the snack thing, and you got some drive-in-y trailers, and the 2 movies play back to back. I've got several of them. This is my favorite. It's got Gates of Hell and Psycho from Texas. Joey's got it too. Look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Movie Joey actually's got.
Yeah. This
Psycho from Texas is great.
Psycho from Texas
I love
is
Psycho
great.
from
The Gates
Texas.
of Hell is an amazing movie, though. Ostensibly, this glows in the dark. I've never actually looked to see if it glows in the dark.
It does.
Does it? Okay. It's got. I love the way they do this. It's at 3 days only, and it's got the real drive-in stuff. They do a bunch of these. I know Casey gets quite a few of these.
Casey has a lot.
He might have
Yeah. So
I got a few.
they've got 18 in total. So I've got 18. You've got 18. That's the newest one.
Yeah. That's, Who's
and
Child
I've got
Goodbye
it.
and Weekend Murders, right?
Yeah. So I've got that on pre-order because I pre-ordered it with the Dead Pit, which has been delayed. So I'm waiting for that. But as far as the rest of them go, I have all the the sleaze and horror ones. So I've got 13 of them.
You have the one with the double nickels, and I don't remember the other movie that's on there.
Between the Covers.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that one for Between the Covers. I didn't really care for double nickels too much. Between the Covers was okay. But yeah, they're not they're pretty crap movies for the most part, but they're fun.
It depends.
Because it
The
does
Gates of
depend.
Hell. Yeah, The Gates of Hell, a great movie.
That one's amazing.
The Weekend Murders is fun. It's kind of a British giallo, but with a little comedy, a little extra comedy. I mean, there's some good ones.
I think some of the sleazy ones are pretty good. I like the Sex and the Office Girl and Lonely Wives. That one was pretty good.
I'm a big fan of Lonely
yeah,
Wives. Never seen the movie.
Yeah, there's
God damn it.
I think my favorite one. I mean, the Gates from Hell one's definitely up there, but I think I really enjoyed The House That Vanished and the Eerie Midnight Horror Show. That one was freaking amazing.
Is that one out of print?
Yes, it was hard to find. I had to buy it on eBay, so I paid a little extra for it, and I also paid a little extra for The House on the Edge of the Park and Last House on Massacre Street. That one was also amazing. Those are my favorite releases from them.
Which, you know what number that is?
2.
2. I have to see if I can find that on eBay. I want
Yeah.
Josh?
That one's my favorite.
Do you have anything from Dark Force?
I don't. I kind of want to get the Gates of Hell and Psycho from Texas just because you guys talk so much about it.
It's a fun little set, and the Gates of Hell is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that picture. I used to see that in video stores all the time. It was like City of the Dead or something. Wasn't it called something
City
else?
of the Living Dead, which
Living
the
Dead.
4K is coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember that picture. So I kind of wanted, just to fulfill my childhood dream of, picking that up. But the other ones, you guys talk about them and they sound pretty good, but I just haven't dug into them yet.
They're it's a lot of fun. It replicates the drive-in experience from the 70s and 80s, which when I was a kid, the first time my parents took me to an indoor theater, I freaked out. I didn't know what the hell was going on. We were going to see a movie and we got out of the car and started walking into a building. And I had a little kid panic attack because it's what the fuck is going on? How are we watching a movie? We need to get back in the car. So, I mean, and seeing sleazy trailers for stuff that was never going to play in my area or that I wasn't going to be allowed to see was that's part of going to the movie, I was there to see whatever we were going to see that I wasn't old enough to see, but my parents took me along anyway. And then there's this trailer about drinking blood. So, I just love it. I love it. Takes me back to my childhood. It's a different time.
Yeah. They have some other stuff too outside of the drive-in stuff that's pretty decent. I've got Fangs. Yeah. It's about a dude who basically kills people with his snakes. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. Yeah. Magdalena, Possessed by the Devil. I didn't realize that was going to be such an. I think it's pretty much an adult title because it definitely had some porn stuff in it. But
when you say porn stuff, are we talking full penetration or soft?
Yeah. No, it had some of that stuff in it.
Okay. It may not have been porn though. I've seen a lot of Lars von Trier movies.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of maybe an X-rated version of The Exorcist in a way. Okay. I guess.
I think that's what we really need is an X-rated The Exorcist.
Yeah,
you got to
really
age
good.
Reagan up though. You gotta get it up to like
Yeah.
25
Oh, well,
at
yeah,
least.
definitely.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Definitely.
I'm just saying. Although
No, you're right.
You
but
do see. I mean, in the R-rated version, she does violently masturbate with a crucifix. So I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
"Let Jesus fuck you" is one of the greatest lines in cinema history. What? Is it not?
Cut that out, Joey. Make sure to edit that part out.
True.
We're gonna get banned from all the places.
If only. If only. Okay, speaking of stuff that gets banned, so Roninflix
Yeah.
gave me this great I Spit on Your Grave. And when I say gave me, they made me pay for it because they're fuckers. But I Spit on Your Grave is just one of the classic video nasties. This is a movie that when I was a little kid, I would see in the video store and wanted to see so bad because it was obviously something I had to see. And yet somehow my parents wouldn't let 9-year-old me rent it. So anyway, I turned 40 and I watched it. And I'm a really big fan of Roninflix. This is a great edition of I Spit on Your Grave in 4K. It's the best this film has ever looked. It really, really is. It actually looks surprisingly good given the source material. And my favorite thing from Roninflix, but I did not bring it, is their special edition of Haunt, which I should have brought with me. I love that movie. I love that special edition. It is overpriced, but it's so cool. It comes with a map of the place and the posters and the pins and I just got done talking about how the pins from Scratch Factory are shit and why they include them. But it's kind of cool that they came with Haunt, and they didn't charge me an extra $60 for them.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's expensive, but it's not near as expensive as the Shout Factory.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of Roninflix, and they have quite a bit of other stuff on their site, and their prices aren't terrible most of the time. That's where I think, Josh, didn't you just pick something up from Roninflix not too long ago?
Yeah, I got one Roninflix, which I don't know. I think the rest of you guys got it too. But Becky, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and this movie is amazing. Yeah, it's I'm not going to go into it, but I love that movie.
It's not that different from I Spit on Your Grave, really.
Right.
Yeah, it's a tamer version of that.
Bad guys mess with the wrong girl. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got I Spit on Your Grave. So when I first bought I Spit on Your Grave, they just had the Blu-ray edition. They didn't have a 4K yet. So this kind of pissed people off. It didn't really piss me off too much because I love the movie so much I didn't mind buying it again. But I did buy, and I don't have it with me, but it's a box set with I Spit on Your Grave and then the newest one, which was a direct sequel called Deja Vu. And it's got Camille Keaton in it also, but that movie was so bad. But I didn't care that much because the movie looked great. It was a 4K scan, and then it came with a documentary, Growing Up with I Spit on Your Grave. That was a really good documentary. And then later I bought the 4K when it came out too, and I still got both of them. And then I got Becky. I bought Haunt. I actually bought Haunt twice. I don't know why. It's a really good movie, but I bought the standard version, and then later I wanted the pins and stuff and the different slips. So I bought the collector's edition, but it was on sale. It wasn't $20 or something.
You can get it signed now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I better buy it again.
I'm toying with it.
I actually know I saw that because you could also get the I Spit on Your Grave sign too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about buying that again, but I was like, no, I gotta stop. And then the only other ones I have are Shredder, which is a really cheesy like snowboarding slasher movie, and The Silent Scream.
Yeah.
And then I did have Terror Train.
But you talk about these. I bought your Terror Train from you.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I was so excited to pick that up from you because I got it at a nice discount. Yeah, it's a good movie. You talk about double dipping, but here's the deal: John Carpenter's The Thing. I don't know. I have like 18 copies on various formats going back to VHS, and I mean, I'll keep buying it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Same with Cronenberg's Videodrome. You know? Oh, it's got 2 different artworks. I'll buy it twice.
Yeah, I don't generally do that, but if it's a 4K re-release and it's a movie I really love, I'm gonna buy the 4K upgrade for sure.
Yeah.
So I get it, and I do it. So.
Yeah. Joey, do you have anything from Roninflix?
I don't know if I do.
Do you have I Spit on Your Grave?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
No.
No. Yeah.
So, do we
That-
want to... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say one other thing about I Spit in Your Grave that some people may not know, but on the front cover, it's actually Demi Moore's butt.
Yes, yes.
She actually
What?
modeled that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not Camille.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised, and that was also our first podcast.
Yes, the
Was
first thing
about
we
I
did
Spit in
was
Your
I Spit
Grave,
in Your Grave.
and
Which was a horrible decision.
Yeah,
in
yeah. And
retrospect.
Last House on the Left.
What?
But,
No!
No,
For the first episode is what I mean.
Well, I did say I had difficulty masturbating to it.
Edit that out too, Joey.
Cut it out.
Oh, no, because he's dead. That's mean, because he's dead
What?
now.
Who's
Yeah,
dead?
Dave Coulier. No,
Dave Coulier is not dead.
No, yeah, he
What?
is. Yeah, he just died.
No, he did.
No, we
Dead to
didn't.
you, maybe.
No, yeah, autoerotic asphyxiation.
Cut it out.
Or maybe I'm just spreading disinformation. I don't know.
Yeah, you must be.
It would be fine.
You're a rat bastard,
Who
Nate.
would care? Who would even know? Alanis would be happy. Alanis, if you're listening, I'm doing it for you. It's for you, Alanis.
All right, so who are we talking about next before we get to the best one,
I
which
was-
is Vinegar
I was about to
Syndrome?
say, are we ready for vinegar, or what do we... Wait, doesn't Joey have something? What you got, Josh? Because I'm ready for Vin Sin. I only brought...
Oh,
What?
actually, let me roll over here. I forgot that I had these. Grindhouse releasing, so I bought most of what they put out.
Pieces. It's exactly what you
Pieces.
think it is.
Yeah, this one was the first one I bought. But yeah, it's about a dude who cuts people up with a chainsaw. It's got some really good stuff in it, some really good kills. This guy here, I can't remember his name. He's fucking hilarious in the movie. And they try and make you think that he's the... I don't want to spoil it, but anyway.
No, because it's too good.
Really good. But yeah, awesome cover. I love it. But yeah, Grindhouse puts out some really nice looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, the next one that I bought from them, which...
The
I can't remember.
Beyond.
Yeah, I think a 4K is coming out from it. I can't remember.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a 4K of Fulci's Beyond.
Yeah,
coming,
I'll definitely will buy this again. But yeah, this is part of the Gates of Hell trilogy.
Really good soundtrack on that one.
By
I was
the
watching
way,
it again the other day.
For
It
those
was
of you who
so
don't know,
good.
the Gates
Oh,
of
yeah.
Hell trilogy is the Gates of Hell, also known as City of the Living Dead, the House by the Cemetery, and the Beyond. And House by the Cemetery is Fulci's greatest film.
Yeah, House by the
Because of
Cemetery is
Bob.
amazing.
Yeah,
I've got the
so much.
4K
Because of
that from
Bob.
The
Blue
drinking
Underground.
game is you take a drink every time someone says Bob, and you will be dead.
Yeah. And then this was my third purchase from them, Cannibal Holocaust. So yeah, I don't know. Whoops, I'm flipping off the camera.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? There's,
Yeah.
I think, there's a lot of nasty stuff in this, but it's got the soundtrack on this is freaking incredible. Oh, look, Joey's got it. But yeah, one thing I like about it's a hard slipcase on all the releases as long as you get the one. I do have one of them that doesn't have that, but yeah, it's got some
Joey,
really
have you
cool...
seen that?
I haven't watched it yet.
No shit, like you haven't ever seen it?
You're in for a
No.
treat.
No.
Oh my god! But yeah, pay attention to the music. The music is freaking phenomenal.
That's what I've heard.
Ruggero Deodato, who just passed away, was put on trial for murder because of this film.
Yep.
'Cause
Yeah,
it's
they actually
so
had to bring
realistic.
the actors in the court to prove that they were alive. And then this one was my next purchase, and it's along the same lines. It's basically another Cannibal Holocaust movie, pretty much. I can't remember who did this. Oh, and Umberto Lindsay
Lindsay.
did this one. But yeah, it's more the same type of stuff. Some people go into the jungle and they get eaten by cannibals.
God,
really good
I
release.
wish the jungle cannibal movies. That there was such a good run of them, and I really wish that would come back and get some new ones. Because
Yep.
really, the Green Inferno is the only one we've gotten in decades.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that one. I Drink Your Blood.
Nice.
I don't know if you've seen this one or not. This is the only one I have that doesn't have the hard case on. I guess
Joey, have you
I don't
seen
know
I
if this
Drink Your
is-
Blood?
Nope, sure haven't.
Yeah, but this is about some people. I can't remember what it was that caused it. Something in the food. I think like a kid taints or accidentally puts some shit in their cupcakes or something, and these guys and gals eat it, and then they become like frothing at the mouth, like rabid zombie type thing. They're just like rabid animals. And this was my last one and probably my favorite.
Oh, Death
Death Game.
It's a good
Love
movie.
this so much.
Yeah.
I think Joey, did you pick this one up? Yeah, this one is amazing.
So it's
and
got, Seymour Cassell in it, who is absolutely great, and then it's got Sandra Locke.
Yep,
in
Sandra Locke.
I don't see it if I did.
So
And
Sandra Locke.
Colleen Kent.
Sandra Locke is a sad story. So Sandra Locke was a pretty good actress, but she was actually a very good director. And you may not know that because she only ever directed a few films. And she only ever directed a few films because she broke up with Clint Eastwood and he had her blackballed in Hollywood.
Yeah, I read something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's too bad because she was great. And then this also comes with the original film that this is based off of, called Little Miss Innocence. I can't remember when it's from the earlier 70s.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I did not know that it was based on. So it's been remade as Knock
Knock
by Eli Roth and is not very
Mhm.
good. I didn't realize that it itself was a remake of something.
Yeah, I didn't either until I got this, and it was actually a surprise. They didn't advertise it. They said something about and other surprises in the description.
So
and
have
that
you
was
watched
it.
it? Have you watched that?
Yeah.
How is
Yeah,
it?
it's great.
Okay.
It's really good. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not as good as Death Game. I think Knock Knock was. I loved that
I didn't think
movie
it
actually.
worked. I did not
I
think
mean-
it worked.
Keanu's acting in it is crazy, but Ana de Armas is wow.
Okay, so that's true. I will give you, yeah.
And that other chick, what's her name, Lorenza or whatever?
Umberto Lindsay.
No, yeah, whatever the other chick. I think that other chick is like dating or was married to Eli Roth or something. Maybe
I don't
I'm
know.
wrong.
I don't know.
Can't remember her name.
Yeah, because she's in the Green Inferno, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she is. Yeah, I think it's like his girlfriend or fiance or
No, I
something.
did not know that. I did not know that.
Yep.
It just
But yeah,
didn't
that
work
was
for me. I don't know. And okay, I'm a Keanu Reeves fan. I stan Keanu Reeves. I do.
Yeah, he's
But
seems like a great dude.
Yeah, but he did not work in that movie for me. He just did not.
No, he was terrible, but I think Ana de Armas is what saved it.
Well,
My-
I will give you that. That she does have certain aspects that I really enjoyed. So,
Yep.
Josh.
Yeah.
Grindhouse?
So I don't have any Grindhouse,
Okay.
but all those did look. I need to see Pieces.
Yes.
And
Pieces
Death Game
is
as well.
Batshit crazy. It really is.
Yeah. Oh, another one that I don't own of theirs is The Swimmer.
Okay, with the Burt Lancaster movie.
Yes.
I really
Freaking
want to see that.
So good.
Yeah, I haven't
I should
seen
buy
it.
it. I don't know why I don't own it.
I haven't seen it, but I've read about it for years. It sounds
Yeah, I've
right
seen
up
it
my alley.
twice. Yeah, it's
You know
great.
about this movie, Josh? The guy decides to go from a party he's at back to his house by swimming. Swimming pool.
What?
And everybody's
pool through
swimming pool to swimming pool. Yep.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but
He's
basically
going
it's
through
about
divorce and his life's falling apart, and he
Mhm.
used to be a swimmer, and he goes on like a bizarre odyssey through suburban backyard swimming pools.
That doesn't sound stupid at all.
No,
that
it
sounds
sounds great.
weird.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like I want to check that out.
Yeah.
What were you
Well-
gonna say, Josh? You started to reach for something.
Yeah,
Was it your
I'm
wang
trying to-
again?
yeah, it's sitting on a table.
No. Do you remember that song "Detachable Penis" from the '90s?
No.
No, it was a hit for a while.
I did got a couple of Vestrons that I wanted to show
Ooh.
just because I picked this up at Vintage Stock.
Yeah. one of
Maximum
the best
Overdrive.
movies Cocaine ever directed.
It's so great. It's just it's not a good film. Like if you want to like give it an Oscar or something, you can't do it. But it's just
I could. If they put me in charge
fun.
of those damn awards, it could get an Oscar.
It's so insane, and whenever you think it's not gonna be insane anymore, it just kicks it up a notch. It goes Spinal Tap on you within seconds.
Oh,
it kicks up to 11, and
It's got all the
it kills
AC/DC
kids
music.
It's got Emilio Estevez in it.
Yeah,
What more could you
It's
want?
got Emilio. Yeah, yeah.
Charlie Sheen
Shooting rocket launchers that are there at the gas station for some reason.
for no reason.
Right.
And then we got this one. I think at least me and Casey got this one.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, it was like $10 or something on Amazon, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna get that. And we tried to give the digital code away, and nobody got it. So I guess nobody is a fan, but I think it's great. It's just Jeff Goldblum being silly, and Gina Davis.
Gina Davis being Gina Davis.
And Jim Carrey, I didn't know was in it, so that's great.
Yeah, I don't think I knew who he was back then.
Yeah, he was nobody then. Yeah. And Wayans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damon.
Yeah. When he was nobody.
They're just being silly,
Yeah.
and it was just and then Vestron's had a really a good run. I don't know how many more of them I'm gonna get, but I want to get Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is probably the next one that I want to get because I love that movie, and apparently that's the best version to get as far as I know.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you love Return of the Living Dead 3?
Yeah.
I think it's a good. Yeah, I didn't like it the first viewing, but it's grown on me. I've watched it multiple times.
Because to me, it's character centric. It's going on one girl and what happens, and it's got a little bit of psychological in there, and it goes from her being stupid to just a machine of horror.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I need to revisit it. It's been a long time.
I would revisit it if I were you. I've seen it a couple of times, and it gets better every time.
I love the first one. I like the second one. I don't think I ever liked the third one. And what's the fourth one?
I don't care.
I
don't know anything about
grave.
I think it was Rave to the Grave, I think, or something.
Yeah, it was terrible, like painfully bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think I finished that one. The first three are great.
Yeah, I would say the first three are great for sure. Silent Night, Deadly Night Collection was their last release.
I actually have that ordered.
We just finished that one. Jennifer watched all of them with me, and she stayed with me after that.
Really?
So,
they actually weren't too terrible. I thought 3 and 4 were pretty decent.
I didn't like 4 at all, but 5 got a little bit better.
I don't
3
remember.
I don't
remember
great.
3, 4, or 5 at all. I know I've seen them, but I don't remember them at all.
Yeah, I would say 3 probably is close to being great. Like the start of it, I didn't care for too much, but then once it picked up, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
Shivers is my favorite Vestron release.
Cronenberg. Yeah. So I have. Ooh, is my copy of it Vestron or is it? I can't remember. Hold on. Let me check. I didn't think that was a Vestron. Mine might be. Where is it? Hold on. Search collection. Shivers. Yes, it is. Mine is a Vestron. Okay. Yeah, that's a Vestron I have. Yeah. I love that movie. I love Cronenberg in general.
Yeah. Oh no, and you're right, Josh. Part 4 was the shitty one of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with anything, and it wasn't even Christmas.
It's not even Christmas?
No, I think they mentioned it or something. I don't know, but it's not centered around it at all.
That's weird. That's
I don't.
5 was the one with the Mickey Rooney, right, and the toys. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
The chick from 4 is in 5, but it's not the same character. Like her and Clint Howard are in both.
Yep.
And it was weird to me because I didn't know that they were different characters. And then Clint Howard comes in and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" When in the other one, he's like basically a zombie walking around eating bugs and shit. So I'm like, okay, so he got better. Oh, and then I remembered he fucking died. So
he's like, okay, yeah,
that might be a different guy. But yeah, it's enjoyable, and it's like I think it's still like $12-13 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So for 3 movies, it's not bad anyway.
So I haven't ordered.
There's no
and I
garbage
can't
day,
remember-
but it's good.
I tossed it in with a pre-order for something else, and I can't remember which thing. It like Grindhouse, so I can't remember which thing I pre-ordered with. So I have no idea when it's coming. Could be next week. Could be a year from now. I don't know. But I figured, why spend extra shipping? It's not. Yeah,
Right.
Not that important.
No, yeah, you don't need it right away.
Yeah.
Christmas is already over.
Yeah, that's right. I don't need it till next year. Yeah. When we watch Terror at Bloodfart Lake again.
No, we're done with that.
Yeah. I would rather die.
The Gwen cut. It's just
Oh my
Gwen.
God.
It's just Gwen. I still haven't looked up her. I haven't gone to find any of her other movies. I need to do that.
Well, Return to Bloodfart Lake is on
No,
Amazon.
not that.
The adult one.
The adult ones. Yeah. I need to find those. I want to know if she does jazz hands while she's getting banged from behind or something.
God damn it.
Wow. We're gonna get banged from everything.
It's like Bukkake, but she uses the jazz hands to deflect it from her face.
Okay.
It's been fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kino, Lorber. I bet somebody brought
Oh my
some
God.
Lorber stuff. What?
Nothing. We can talk about Kino all day. They're pretty huge.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But somebody mentioned that they had some Kino stuff. And I think
We got a lot of Mario Bava, which
Yeah,
I haven't
baby.
really gotten through them all, but which was the one? Oh, Black Sunday was
Yes.
really good. I think that's the first one that I saw.
Yeah. I have that one.
And then we were talking about I don't know if it was last week or something. We were talking about some other ones that were good.
Bay
Kill
of
Baby
Blood?
Kill,
Okay.
Bay of Blood.
Yeah.
Bay of Blood is amazing. It's probably my favorite one of his so far.
Yeah.
And kind of a proto slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely love it.
And then so I got a bunch of those whenever I was getting the other Giallos because I just kind of jumped head first into it,
Yeah.
which is great. But like you do, Argento and then everything else. I also this one, Deep Rising from the
I've not seen
90s.
that. Oh wait.
Kind of a trash. Treat Williams
Oh,
and
I think I
Famke
have
Janssen.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a couple of guys on a boat, and they end up getting kind of hijacked by these military guys, and they're gonna go rob a boat, and there's just some creatures inside, and it all goes to shit.
That's my kind
So-
of
Just
stuff.
ignore the dying cat in the background.
Yeah, I know. Can you hear the cat? She's
we got a
in
cat
heat.
in heat.
Oh, and
That's
this
all right.
classic. Goddamn stupid computer! I'm
It's
gonna
all-
get you, sucker.
Oh, I'm gonna get you, sucker. That's a good one.
So great.
Yeah.
I had never seen it before, and I just got it on a blind buy because it was like super cheap because they were doing those sales for like $10 a piece. And Jennifer's like, "You're gonna love this," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And at the end, I was like, "Holy shit! I
She
do
was
love
right.
it." Not that she's ever
Yeah.
wrong.
Honestly, so Kino has, if you want to pick up Mario Bava movies, Kino has just a ton of them. Just an absolute ton. And I need more Bava in my collection. I do. So I've got a Bay of Blood. I've got Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, Hatchet for the Honeymoon, Planet of the Vampires. I probably have a couple others. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at my list, and they've. I bought a lot of redemption films from them, so there's a lot of like Gene Rollin. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it.
Yeah.
John Rollin. I don't know,
Gene.
but Gene. Yeah, I think she is a guy. I don't even know. I don't know anything about him, but anyway, I know that the films that they put out are pretty great. Like the Iron Rose, I think was one of the first ones I bought. Invasion of the Body Snatchers 4K. That's one of my favorites from Kino.
Yeah, I love that movie so much.
I got the Blu-ray, and that was the first time I saw that too. Was this year?
Are you
So
serious?
I'd always,
You haven't seen
I'd
it
always
before?
seen the remakes and everything like that,
Okay.
and so I'd always seen
are
like,
we talking about the one from the 50s or the one from the 70s?
No,
oh,
the
I'm
one
sorry.
from the 70s is the remake, I believe,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So the original.
Oh,
one
well,
is
there was like a
from-
'90s remake
Yes,
too.
and there's a 2000 something, 2000
Yeah.
remake as well.
I did
But,
not know that.
Yeah, they're gonna do it like every.
Okay, I'm
every-
sorry. I still haven't seen the
Every
original.
like 15 years. So the original's really good. It really is. But the one from the 70s is perfect in every way. There is no failing moment in that movie. The one from the 90s is good. It's just not as good. So they set it on a military base, which kind of throws off the whole people are acting weird. Everyone's acting like they're all the identical people. It's like, well, but on a military base, nobody should have a fucking personality. They're all acting like soldiers. So, but it still works. But so Brooke Adams and Leonard Nimoy and Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum. What the hell's going on with my?
Oh yeah.
And Donald Sutherland, just a perfect cast for that movie. And the direction is amazing. How it slowly the angles start to Dutch slightly as the movie moves on, just creating like a small sense of unease. Just everything about setting it in San Francisco, where the shape of the city is almost Lovecraftian to begin with. It just everything about that movie is just beautiful. I love that movie. I watch it probably twice a year.
I think the first time I've actually seen it was last year. It was the first time I'd seen it. And then, once the 4K came out, I bought it and rewatched it. But yeah, Kino's good. They've got a huge variety of stuff. I mean, you can find everything, Westerns or classic films, horror, comedy. I mean, they got everything you can think of. And then the good thing, too, is that they're cheap and they have sales all the time. Throughout the year. I don't even know how many sales they've got. Probably once every couple months. It seems like they've got some big sale going on. And you can buy shit for like $5 to $8 a piece. Sometimes it slips even.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about them, and the reason I think they're so cheap, is they're lacking extras.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they're missing subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
And then also all the discs they look the same. They don't have artwork on them. They just say Kino Lorber, and their cases aren't that fancy. I think that's why they're so cheap, is they don't. They put out some good movies for cheap, but they don't put.
Yeah, they don't have the presentation, but
but that's fun.
Yeah,
but they'll fill up a shelf faster, so that's why I like them.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Casey's favorite? Vinegar
Syndrome? Yeah.
Look at him.
Look, I only brought three things from Vinegar Syndrome, so I'm just going to run through them fast. And it's not necessarily even my three favorite movies from Vinegar Syndrome, but I wanted to kind of show three different kind of things that they do. So the first one, and this is a very recent one that they put out, Blood Delirium, which honestly, wonderful artwork. This is just... This is Euro sleaze weirdness that makes zero sense, but it's absolutely the kind of thing I love to see, and they do so much of this stuff. The only place you really find more of this is, Mondo and Severin do some weird Euro sleaze, but Vinegar just finds the best of it, and I absolutely love that. But I brought that just to show kind of a regular release from them. More interesting to me is when they do stuff like this. So this, Censor, which is a movie I absolutely love. It's a great film, and it's a film about video nasties. It's about a woman whose job was to censor movies in England in the 80s during the moral panic about video nasties. And this is a beautiful presentation, so you can see the artwork there. It is a very heavy-duty hard box, which I love. And then, of course, there's a slipcase, but you will notice the slipcase has very different art and different titles because it's actually the art for two of the video nasties that are in the movie that she's dealing with. And then we have yet another set of art, which looks more like the original poster art there. Then different art on the disc and booklet that comes with it. Oh, and also I love that Vinegar Syndrome does this. So that's your art, but that is reversible.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like newer art. I love that they do that. I hate pulling these out though, because then I always have trouble getting them back in. I just feel like I'm
and all that stuff you just showed is one of the reasons why Vinegar Syndrome is my favorite label, because their packaging, their presentation, the extras they put into the films.
Oh yeah, so there's a documentary on here about the video nasties. There are commentaries, multiple commentaries, commentary with a film historian talking about this film in the context of the moral panic, everything about that. And then, if you think they went crazy with the presentation there, then you get Cloak and Dagger. Now this movie I loved when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite films of all time when I was a little kid. I watched it on HBO about 1 billion times, I think. And I was a little worried about watching it again because I thought, well, how will it age? It actually ages really well. It really does. But so you can see this beautiful box, but then this box is actually, it holds closed with a magnet, and you can see in here. So your slipcase here actually looks like video game cartridge from the 80s. That little price sticker, that's actually a sticker. That's actually a little price sticker on there. It's not just like painted on. It's actually on there. And then you've got, I actually have not taken this out of the wrap because, well, it's too nice to do. You've got the booklet, which honestly looks like the booklet from a video game from the 80s. This thing is packed with extras. I mean, it's like insane the amount of stuff they did with this. And they treated this movie like, well, I was about to say like it was a classic being put out by Criterion, but Criterion hasn't done anything this nice, I don't think. They just did Roadhouse. They got a similar presentation to this, and you really wouldn't expect Roadhouse to even deserve it, but boy, is it nice.
Yeah, I brought Roadhouse in here, but yeah, it's the same thing. It's part of their Ultra line, so it's got if I can get this open. Yeah, the same thing with the magnetic case and the amazing artwork inside and out with the book. And Roadhouse isn't something that I would normally buy, but that kind of goes without saying with Vinegar Syndrome. There's a lot of stuff that I get from them that I wouldn't normally buy, but their packaging and stuff is so tempting that it makes me want to try new things. So I'll blind buy. But Roadhouse, now I'd seen parts of it many times when I was younger, but I never actually sat down and watched it. But man, I sat down and watched this a couple weeks ago, and it was insanely awesome.
I saw it in the theater, and then probably 4 or 5 times on videotape. And there are 2 things in that movie that just absolutely kick ass. And one is the throat rip. What a move.
Right.
And the other are the blonde girl's boobs.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah.
But you're missing the third thing is that's when Patrick Swayze's character is fighting that dude. I can't remember his name. And the guy says, he whispers in his ear, he's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. And they're like, yeah. What? Why would you say that? Like, that's so weird. And he didn't even like react much to that. And I was just like, that's the weirdest shit to say to some dude in a fight.
I don't know. It would throw you off, wouldn't it?
I mean, I guess. He might as well just give him a kiss or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was a really, really good movie. I'm not a big action film fan, but this one was awesome. I mean, Patrick Swayze, though, he's iconic. And then, what's that other guy's name? Sam?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott?
Yeah, Sam Elliott. Man.
Badass in it.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, that's one of my favorite releases this year from Vinegar Syndrome for sure. What else you got, Nate? You got any more with you?
Those are the 3 I brought. Yeah,
I've got to
because I knew you guys were gonna like stack them up to the ceiling, and we're gonna be
already
6 hours. So
I already showed this one when we were talking about, and then let's go through some of these quickly. This one, Spookies. No. I really wish I had the slip to this. This one had 2 different slips that sold out a long time ago, but this one it's weird. These young kids, which are not even kids, it's like a mix of like old people and young kids, young adults that go to this like old house to have a party, and then basically monsters and zombies and stuff start coming after him. It's really, really cheesy. There's a scene that has farting zombies in it that are chasing them in a basement, and yeah, they're flat out farting.
It's no, because after you die, gases begin to build up in your digestive tract, and they've got to escape. So corpses fart.
Yeah, that's true.
Why don't in The Walking Dead? Why aren't those zombies walking around ripping ass?
Fart. So this one, Sudden Fury. This one is really good. Now, this again isn't something I would normally. This was a blind buy. A lot of the stuff I buy from Vinegar is blind buy. But this is about a dude and his wife like traveling, and they're arguing, and he ends up killing her, he tries to kill her, and she's like still alive, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to say too much about it, but they end up at a like a farmhouse, and I don't know. It's really good. What else I got? This one's a weird one. There's Nothing Out There.
Oh, I love that.
I actually I can't remember all the details about it, but there's like a monster in it. You can see the monster on the back there, and it's like some kids hanging out at like a lake house or something, and like a monster shows up. But I actually talked about this, or I mentioned it on Facebook, and the director of the movie like replied to me and said like, "Hey, thanks for liking my film or whatever." And I didn't even realize it was him at first. I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah. This one is from one of their partner labels.
Yes, WNUF.
Yeah, well, I can't remember which partner label. Oh, TerraVision, yeah. But yeah, WNUF Halloween Special. I know we've discussed this one before.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah, but I love the slip on this. It makes it look like an old video cassette. Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah, this one was one of their VSP lines, which is Vinegar Syndrome Pictures. So they actually found the film for this, but they didn't have the audio. So they actually redid the audio for it and then made it into, put it out as a film. So yeah, New York Ninja. This was my first VSP, I think. They don't have very many VSPs. But it's, I would take it out and show you, but it's pretty much like the Roadhouse. It's got the magnetic clasp and books and stuff in it. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun. They did a really good job on that. This one is another partner label. This one is Gunpowder and Sky. Tragedy Girls. I actually had a made on demand that I bought from Amazon, but once they came out from with an official release of it from Gunpowder and Sky, I had to double dip. But this one's about a couple girls who like have a what was it, like a podcast where they talk about
streaming.
Talk about murders and stuff, and then they basically actually start murdering, and they like capture this the serial killer and hold him hostage, and then they actually do the killings. It's awesome.
If you haven't seen
I read about that one. I wanted to see that one. I haven't got around to it though.
There are a few like social media age murder horror films, and it's one of the better ones. Yeah.
Yeah. This one we all know well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think I like this movie's good. I mean, I know it's a lot of people's favorite of the series, but not mine. I think it was just a little odd because they were like in caves and stuff. I don't know. It was just a little strange.
So Hooper was very upset. He was angry because audiences did not get that Texas Chainsaw Massacre was meant to be funny. Most people just saw it as terrifying and not funny, and it upset him that people weren't getting what he intended, so he decided to lean into the humor for the second one, and he does it beautifully. Bill Moseley as Chop Top is just a work of genius.
I love that cover. Yeah. That'll always be one of my favorites.
The Breakfast Club cover,
Yeah,
that's
it's nice. It's got the heart out of her case, and it was a 4K. So it's got different artwork as well.
This is actually my favorite Vinegar Syndrome release, and I was going to bring it with me and forgot.
Yeah, but it's a really nice release, and it's a really good movie. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. I mean, I think the original is my favorite still. But yeah, I just thought it was a little strange.
It's weird.
But and then we got Miami Connection. This one is such a cheesy movie. It's like about a dude and this girl he's with, and her brother is in a gang, and they're all in a gang too, but like I don't know, they're more like a gang of friends.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like a martial arts gang or something. He's pissed that this dude right here is dating his sister, so then they start picking fights with him and stuff. There's a lot of weird like singing in it because they're also a band.
Yeah.
It's very goofy, very goofy. This is one of my favorites of this year from Vinegar Syndrome, 4K of Freeway. Yep, with Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon.
Tweety Bird.
I never heard of that one, but the cast
Little
is
Red
just
Riding
amazing.
Hood, man. It's Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a retelling of.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and then Graduation Day. This is one of my first Vinegar Syndromes. It didn't have a slip though, but they released a slip. I think it was last Black Friday, because they will do that usually on the Black Friday sales. They'll release some slips for their older ones that didn't have slips. But yeah, this is a slasher film that takes place in school. This is one of my favorite partner labels. Let's see. This one is from Fun City Editions. I Start Counting.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah, it's really good.
Little Jenny Agutter.
Yes. Yeah, this is the first film I think I saw her in.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got some crap. What's that other movie? There's another movie where they're like in the outback, like her and her brother are left in the outback by her dad. It's a Criterion release. Walkabout.
Walkabout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other movie I've seen, and I've got that too.
Well, and Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Dark Tower.
Which Casey loves to talk about.
Yeah.
That movie
Deadly
is
Games. Dial Code Santa Claus.
Yes, that's so much fun.
It's like and it's a French film, right?
I think that's right.
I think it's French. So yeah, you got to read the subtitles, but it's like Home Alone with a little kid, and it's got murder and stuff in it though, so it's a little.
So it's
little
like
darker.
The director's cut of Home Alone.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a weird one. I don't remember the context of this. Like these kids are like stuck in this town or something, I believe, and just a lot of weird. There's like creepy people that like kidnap them.
What's the name of that one?
But Evils of the Night.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that slip is just awesome.
That's great
And,
art. Yeah.
Yeah. And there is a chick that kind of looks like that in there, so that makes it a big plus. I've only got a couple more here. Amityville Horror 4K. I know you got this.
Yeah.
I just always loved this movie. And then the last one I brought is Bloody New Year.
Yeah.
That we just talked about.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had the slip for this. I didn't know I could have got that today with my points, my rewards points, but whatever.
Can you only get it with points, or can you buy it?
Yeah. No, you can't buy it. So yeah, that's one thing to mention that for all the listeners that they now have a rewards program. So you get, I think it's like 2 points for every dollar you spend.
Yeah.
And then you can turn them in for various things. They got like badges and stickers.
Did you already get your points for your subscription?
Yeah, so I bought the subscription first. So also for the listeners, the Vinegar Syndrome, if you're not familiar, has the subscription. I think I've talked about that before. That you can pay it was like $980. But I had, since I subscribed last year, it was $910 because I had a $70 discount code. And so you get all the releases from Vinegar Syndrome for the entire year. And then you get 50% off of anything else you purchase. So yeah, this year, right now it's subscriber week, so you can only subscribe during this week, and then after that you can't. And they also added the rewards program. And but yeah, so I purchased the subscription, and then I went to buy a couple things, some new things that came out today. And I saw that, hey, you got rewards points. You can get $10, turn this in for $10 off. I was like, oh, neat. And so I used it, and then I ended up buying something else. I was like, oh, now I have enough for another $5 off. So I used it. And then I heard people talking about the slip covers in the rewards store. And I was like, shit, I didn't know there was a rewards store. So I went in there and saw they had Bloody New Year and Pledge Night, which are two that I want. that I missed. So now, hopefully, I'm just hoping that they have them long enough for me to get enough points to get both of them.
Just order more stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to having enough to get one of them. So, but yeah, Vinegar Syndrome is definitely my favorite just because of all the work they put into it. And yeah, I was going to mention too. I watched from the Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 that they just put out. That's a set of 3 movies, very low budget movies. Moonstalker was one of them.
Moonstalker.
It's so awesome, and it looks so much better than the VHS that I watched. But it takes place. It's a slasher movie that takes place in the woods in the middle of winter with several foot of snow on the ground. But there's a documentary on it, the making of the film, and it was like an hour and 45 minutes, and man, it was amazing. They had like all the actors. They had the director of photography, and he was talking about all the how hard it was to light everything, and like all the fighting with electricity due to the where it was filmed at, and all the snow, the issues finding place for them to board while they were there. It was very, very interesting. But that's one of the reasons I really love Vinegar Syndrome, is because a lot of them have documentaries and all sorts of extras, along with all the cool artwork and stuff that comes along with it.
Yeah, I absolutely love Vinegar Syndrome. Severin is way up there for me too, and for a lot of the Eurosleaze Mondo Macabro. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome's amazing, and there's amazing new stuff coming from them. So new stuff dropped today. Over the next week, every day there are going to be 10 titles that are $10 each, which is crazy as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
They're adding an entirely new sub-label, Vinegar Syndrome Lab, and I can't wait to see what they drop on that. Yeah,
that's gonna be. They said things that they don't normally put out. So I'm guessing maybe some sci-fi stuff, because they don't really put out a lot of sci-fi.
Or maybe we'll get something
maybe Bollywood stuff.
Well, I'm hoping to go even crazier, man. Let's go Sub-Saharan Africa, and let's go Vultures of Horror. 100% is what we need. Have you guys seen the trailer for Vultures of Horror? Find it.
Nope.
Find it and watch it tonight. It will change your world.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I think the entire movie's on YouTube, so. Yeah.
Nice.
But maybe Bollywood, I'd be interested in that. Maybe some science fiction, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, they did. So I didn't notice this until after I resubscribed. But if you go look at their listing for the subscription, they kind of lay out, what some of the things are that are coming out throughout the year. So one of the things that are coming out in January that was exciting was From Beyond 4K.
Yes.
So very excited for that, because I didn't have the blue because it's out of print and it's expensive.
Yeah, it's impossible to get unless you want to spend a couple $100.
Yeah, so and I definitely wasn't going to do that. And then they've got a Made in Hong Kong Volume 1, so that they're going to bring out some more Hong Kong stuff. But yeah, they've got the most exciting thing is this is their 10th year, so I kind of assume that they're going to have some special stuff planned for their 10 year. So for their 5 year, they put out several sets of actually 5 sets of 5 films, and they're doing kind of the same thing in May. They're going to have a 10th anniversary 10 film collection, on top of a couple horror 4Ks, and it also says some truly killer set of surprise titles. Yeah. Maybe our best yet for the halfway sell. So that's awesome.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be amazing, and they're just going to keep me fucking poor is what they're going to do.
Yeah, and it is expensive to subscribe, but if you last year was my first time, and there was only 3 movies that I didn't like out of the whole year. Every other one I watched and I enjoyed it, and they were worth keeping. I've got 3 that I think one of them I sold to you. It was Death Wish 2, which isn't a bad movie.
Yeah, no, I like
but
it.
It's not my kind of movie. Yeah. So I was really impressed with last year. So I was like, well, I'm definitely going to resubscribe this year. And you get half off the MSRP, and then on top of the 50% off anything else you buy from them throughout the year, makes it worth it to me. And it's kind of exciting just to see what they come out with and know that you're just going to automatically get whatever they release.
Well, he hasn't told his wife yet, but Josh also subscribed.
I
Surprise!
wish. Yeah. Yep. But
My wife
it's
suggested
cool.
it to my wife, and I even told her, it would be a tax deduction. This is a write-off. But
Right.
listen.
Yeah, and you can also break it up into PayPal payments too. So they got the 4 installments every 2 weeks of
That's still $400 a month. That's $400 a month.
Yeah,
That's still a lot of money.
it's definitely priced. But if you put it on, you put on a credit card, and then if you're able to pay it
So
off,
you can pay some interest on it too, and yeah.
Well,
I know it's actually a really good deal. So
It is.
I hopefully my wife will not listen to this episode, or at least we've gone long enough that she will have given up by now. I looked at what I spent last year from them, and honestly, this would not be upping it that much. So.
yeah, I don't think I'd want to.
The math is really good on it. You get it's like a third, I think.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
So Joey's been sleeping for the last hour or so. So I guess he was just not that interested in what we're doing.
We're like going on 2 hours. I've checked out.
Yeah, it is a long episode,
guys.
but
We do have to.
Yeah.
We do have to wrap it up. We do.
I think we're pretty much wrapped anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
we saved the best for last. So.
Yeah. So next week we'll be back to something more normal. We will have a